Hello, let's solve a two-star star battle. This is called Tokyo Olympic Torch by Takeya Saikachi. I sourced this from GM Puzzles. There's a link in the description. Now, I've colored the regions myself. It will come uncolored. If you add surface mode at the top, then you'll be able to color these in yourself. And what we need to do is in each row, each column, and each region, we need to place exactly 2 stars. So 2 stars in this region, 2 stars in this row, 2 stars in this region. That would fill this row as well. So 2 in each. But also stars can't touch each other, even diagonally. So star here and a star here would be no good. And that's it. I'm going to get started right now. All right. So I'm also going to pull out my pen tool here so I can show you what I'm looking at. But using 2x2 areas is extremely helpful because you cannot put 2 stars in a 2x2 area. Once you put a 1 star there, it X's out everything around it, and you can't fill another star in that area. So since we know orange needs 2 stars, we're going to have one in this square and one in one of these two. Now, this is very handy because if there's one in one of these two, these would always touch it. And so we cannot have any stars there. All right. Get rid of that. What else do we have? So looking for more. So we only have 1 star here. We could have 2 stars in this 1x3. It would have to be here and here. Huh. But that does mean this 1x3 has at least 1 star in it. So this is never in because it would touch wherever that star is. And this is not in because it would touch wherever that star is. If there's 2 stars, it's definitely going to touch both. So that's interesting, I guess. How about this region here? Yeah. So this 2x2 here, this little L can only have 1 star. And so the other one's here. We get our first star. We can X all around it. We cannot X the column yet. We need a second star. But this is down to these two, and so that's going to be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot here to represent that there's definitely a star in one of those two. I should have done that here as well, because we actually get that star now. And then we get this orange star as well. And then that gets us this star. Okay. That's handy. There's only 2 places left in pink, so we can just place those, X around them. And then there's 2 stars in this column, so we can X the rest of the column. 2 stars in this row, so we can X the rest of the row. There's only 2 places left in brown, so that X's the rest of that column. Okay, that's good progress. I keep thinking about this red and what we can talk about. So like, for example, we know that there's only 1 star within this 2x2. So there's a star here, here, or here. Now that would always touch this one. This one touches all of those, so this one's never in. So actually, now we could put a star here and here, so there doesn't have to be a star in this 2x2. Interesting. I wonder if there's any lineups I might be missing. Yeah, so think about the top 3 rows here. We need 2 stars per row. We brought in a yellow, though. Huh. Well, yeah, if I put a star in yellow, I was trying to see if that prevents 2 stars in red, but it does not. Gets rid of those two. Yeah, okay. So actually, I can't use the top 4 rows. Maybe there's something else I can use. We're not using columns because we have these 2 regions below, which are acting annoying. What else can I do then? Oh, how about this blue? So we know that there's one in one of these, and then there's one in one of these. And so that gets rid of these 2. And so now red is in just the top 2 rows. So we cannot place a star here. That would only be 1 star in all of red. So that's out. So there's one in one of these and one in one of these. So that finishes this column. There's one in one of these, one in one of these. Can't have it here. And then one of these two doesn't really do anything more than we've already found. So what's left here? I could do here and here. So we know there's only one, they're up to one star in one of these two, which means there's one or two stars in these three, which is going to get rid of that one. Ooh, two out of these three dominoes are going to have a star. Now, it seems a little tough to put a star in one of these two, because that would get rid of these, and it would force this, and that's definitely no good. Okay, because we only get one star in blue. That's what I thought was going to happen. So we cannot put a star in blue over here, because it's just not compatible with green. Which means there's a star in one of these two, star in one of these two. That gets rid of these two, so there's definitely a star here, which then places a star here and here. Very nice. That's two for this column. So there's one in one of these two, which gets rid of these two. This is nice. Two in this column already. There's one in one of these two, which gets rid of those. Oh, and we had two in this row. Two in this row as well. So yellow needs two in this L shape. So it's going to be one in one of these two, one in one of these two, which gets rid of that, places that one. Which gets rid of that, places that one. One of these two with that star gets rid of this one for the row. Oh, we already have two stars in this column, so the two stars in this column go here. Yep, that was forced. That touches that one, which gets a star there. That gets a star there, finishing the row. Getting a star there. One in one of these two. These are out. One here. That finishes the column, and we're done. All right, that was a neat one. Lots of good 2x2 analysis available. Not really any lineups that I saw, though maybe I missed some. But yeah, cool formation work. Well, how'd you do?